Hey guys, Martin here bringing you Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today, earlier on the official Dokkan social medias, we got a teaser post for the upcoming Dokkan Fest, which will be coming out at the end of this week. Everything seems to point to Friday the 30th, or at least for me it'll be Friday morning, it'll be late evening on the Thursday if you are in the US. Obviously that ties in with the expected end time of the Golden Week celebration, and also the fact that obviously the 30th of the month from now on for this year is going to be the Dokkan special day, which means we will have missions for tickets, which will be for the new character, right, for the new banner. So all they've posted is this one image, which as you can see appears to be a post sticking out of the sand at an angle. There's a shadow being cast, which some people have interpreted into their sort of guess on what this hint might mean. We're going to go over some of the just go over the thread and see a bunch of the replies that people have put. There are a couple of possibilities, I guess, but it's one of these interesting things where sometimes I really like these hints. I think it's a cool idea of a thing to do, but one of the things that someone has said, which I think does often kind of play out to be the case, right, where it's like the most obvious answer is probably the right one. But unfortunately, the most obvious answer, I think, for this one is something that is, for me at least, and I would imagine for most people, really not very hype. Like, even if you are a fan of the particular part of Dragon Ball that it comes from, which obviously we're going to talk about, just because of how badly that unit is set up in the game as it is, with their existing iterations, like things with categories and links and stuff like that, right? So what do you guys think it is? Let me know down below in the comment section. I imagine you've probably seen it by now. We were discussing it in the stream earlier this morning as well. But there's been a few different ideas. I've seen this meme get posted a bunch with the weird like log man. So this is one that I saw straight away, right? Majin Ku stirring the mixture to create Majin Do, but he is using like a ruler, so it's like a flat, thin wooden stick essentially, so it doesn't look anything like this. You can tell the more you look at this, like if you look at the base where it's actually in the sand, you can see that it is like a column, right? It's like it's cylindrical, it's not square or like flat. Funnily enough, probably being English, when I first saw the picture I thought it was a cricket bat. And so a cricket bat like leaning on the floor with the shadow, the first thing that jumped to my mind was that it was supposed to be representing a sword. So obviously a Trunks is something that we talked about quite a bit recently, especially with the fact that like Saiyan Day Majin Vegeta should easy A hopefully sometime soon, like this year, and he needs a Trunks on the team, and there aren't really a lot of meta relevant Trunkses. In that video I made the other day asking you guys for your thoughts on who you want the Dokkan Fest to be, quite a few people did mention Trunks. But yeah, the more you look at it, the more you can see that it is like a cylinder, right, like a tube, like a post. So probably not got anything to do with this. A couple of other memes from people like Toon of various like beach and sand related things, but the one that stands out the most, unfortunately, is this guy right here, Mercenary Tao. The send a post flying through the sky and then jump on it to fly through the air. This is what seems like the most obvious thing from the post, but again, at the same time, it's really hard to like wrap my head around this because, as I said at the beginning, right, is this hype for anyone? Dokkan Fest Mercenary Tao? Like, even if you are a DB Saga fan, like a DB Saga defender, like, is this really a great choice for a Dokkan Fest? Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, and I mean, if it is Mercenary Tao, then that applies to me for sure. But like, a lot of people have said, you know, we kind of want it to be something not hype because the Global Dokkan campaign is coming up soon, and we want all of our stones to be able to summon for that. So, I mean, this guy releasing as a Dokkan Fest would be an auto skip for like 99% of the player base. And we'll go over why. It's got nothing to do with like the character choice, but we'll talk about the Mercenary Tao units that exist in the game already here in a moment. ChatGPT apparently mentions the power pole. Now I saw a couple of people mention the Tournament of Power because of this, like the way the stage is set up, right? And you can even see the shadow there in the picture. The only problem with this is that the pole is like stood up straight, right, against the platform. I forget what the right word is. It perpendicular? Like, it's a right angle, right? It's completely straight, stood up. Whereas this, like, obviously is not that, right? It's at an angle. So I don't think it's the Tournament of Power stage. Our boy Celtic Link, big Trunks fan. The joke here, the cope. It's a sundial. The shadow is telling the time. Time equals time travelers. Time travelers means Trunks, right? Got a Legic because Goku and the others were on the sand planet while they were fighting him. Now I have seen a couple of posts about GT Goku, so there's one obviously with the power pole kind of in the sand, and there is also a slightly better picture, yeah, here as well from the GT of the power pole just stuck in the ground. So like as mentioned by ChatGPT, right, the power pole. I mean, this could be a thing. I don't know if maybe the teaser image, would they have not put like a slightly thinner thing stuck into the ground, because it does seem thick like a post rather than like a staff, right, which should obviously be a lot thinner. In terms of other, yeah, there's a Sandland reference, which is kind of funny, but yeah, obviously Tao again. I'm not really sure. There was one picture that somebody posted of Tao having landed, and you can see the column is very much like stuck out of the ground. This is one that people have posted quite a bit as well. When Goku is fighting at the end of Daima, the power pole sticking out of the ground can be seen while he's up in the air. So I mean, we could get a Daima Goku, but yeah, there you go. There's the, like, this is the one that really kind of makes it seem like Tao, right? Like this bottom image here, bottom left image from the manga, like that is seemingly very much what the teaser photo is a photo of. So it's crazy to think that like all signs will point towards, yeah, there you go. It's actually Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like in OG Dragon Ball especially, Tao was like an absolute menace, and like somebody doing this as well for like a normal human was obviously like a very impressive feat at the time. But yeah, literally people thinking Tao, maybe an instinct, like a reference to the power pole, a lot of Ed and Eddie Plank memes. This is like another reference to Daima, but again, like it's just a thin stick. Yeah, finally LR Kid Buu, right, for this Dokkan Fest TUR teaser. Somebody else with the whole like sword in the ground kind of thing for Trunks, but I don't necessarily think that that is the case. The baseball Yamcha. Imagine a Dokkan. Honestly, DB Saga fans will probably have a field day if I say this, but like all memes aside, I would probably rather a baseball Yamcha than Mercenary Tao. I want a standalone Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta Dokkan Fest, but obviously that doesn't really make a lot of sense with this particular teaser. Then yeah, all the Plank memes. Tapion again, right, if it is a sword reference. But yeah, it very much seems like it is like a post, right? So I don't know, it very much seems to me like Mercenary Tao is the obvious go-to with everything we said, right? Like this stick is too like thin and square. It's not like, I don't think it's representing a sword in the ground. So that obviously leads us to the as I said, the sort of conundrum that, yeah, okay, so it could be Mercenary Tao, but we'll see why that is like a terrible choice, right? If we take a look at the here's a Mercenary Tao. This is the one that's actually flying on the pillar. Funnily enough, this is the one that was only available from that Arale like Penguin Village banner that never came back. So this is one of the units that I don't have, and I imagine a lot of people, like, even if you've been playing the game for a while but you're someone who, you know, never summoned on that banner, or if you've been playing since that banner came out and never returned, this is a character that you just literally won't have. It doesn't even have a TUR awakening. But the main reason why this unit is so bad, this one, funnily enough, this one's like from the Arale special, so he's on Movie Bosses, he's on Crossover. This one actually has the Dragon Ball Saga links, which is probably the only hope for a Dokkan Fest Tao to actually be good and relevant for the teams that he fits on. Because we saw with this guy's EZA from the most recent World Tournament, the biggest problem with this guy, and you know, his kit's not exactly the greatest as it is anyway, but the biggest problem with this guy is he doesn't have those Dragon Ball links. He has Crane School, Supreme Warrior, Coward, Brutal Beatdown, Dodon Ray. Obviously, the other unit would have Fierce Battle. And then I guess they'd get one extra link because they're not going to have Legendary Power. But not having those Dragon Ball Saga links means that he doesn't fit very well on the Dragon Ball Saga team, which realistically is the only team that you're going to be running him on, right? So we've got the Cyborg Tao as well, who obviously is slightly different because he's the Cyborg Tao version. He's on Resurrected Warriors. But again, like, he has the same... Like, imagine it being this link set. I guess Revival wouldn't be there, but with Fierce Battle. Like, it's just such a terrible idea for a Dokkan Fest. But again, I guess the other side of the coin, like we've already said, is a low hype level Dokkan Fest right before a major celebration probably is a good idea for a lot of people because you won't be tempted to summon. Everyone's going to get some free summons thanks to those Dokkan Day tickets, so it's not like you have to waste any of your actual stones or like your premium resources, and you might get lucky and pull him off the free tickets, and then who knows, maybe like if the unit is good enough you'll get some use out of him. But like, they'd really have to try, like, in terms of how good his passive is going to be, like, for a Dokkan Fest Tao to actually be good, like, his passive is going to have to be insane, right? He's going to have to be, like, a hit-level unit for him to really be good. Especially when you think that, what's his leader skill going to be? Like, I guess it could be, like, if we're talking early Mercenary Tao, he wouldn't have Revenge. So, DB Saga maybe. Would he have Target Goku? It depends which version of Tao he is as well. If it's, like, the first Tao that comes across Goku, then it's the same issue with, like, the Goku from Saiyan Day, where because it's the episode 1 Goku, he doesn't have things like Turtle School. Obviously doesn't do the Kamehameha. So this Tao is going to face the same kind of issue, right? If he's a very early version of Tao, he's not going to have categories like Target Goku or Revenge or stuff like... I mean, actually, is the original one on Target Goku? I actually can't remember whether he would be or not, because this guy's not anymore. But... because this is the guy that he does fight, because he has the grenade passive. This guy has it as well. Maybe he would have it. I actually now can't remember. I'm trying to think back. It's been so long since I've rewatched, like, OG Dragon Ball. I'm actually trying to remember if the original Tao, like, coming across Goku is because he is specifically going after Goku. Is it? I can't remember. You let me know in the comments. I guess Target Goku could be interesting because it has some good characters on it. But... man, that's the only way I guess he could be good, right? Is lead Target Goku, not have the Dragon Ball Saga links, but have links like Brutal Beatdown. I mean, he's going to end up with most of these other links, though, which kind of sucks. So I guess his passive, ideally, he'd have to be one of those characters that gives a lot of support, I suppose. And then ideally, the team is that you run some of the best Target Goku characters and just have both the Taos floating, giving support. I don't know. Make him like a Glorio. Give him like support for 3 turns if he's in slot 3, maybe. The only other option, like I said, the only thing that even looks remotely like the picture is that staff sticking out of the ground for like the Daima final battle. So obviously Daima Goku we already have as a TUR, the Super Saiyan Daima Goku. I really think that the Global Dokkan campaign that's coming up is going to feature Daima in some way, shape or form, whether we get the mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku or they jump straight to the adult one like Legends did. So that makes me feel less confident that they're going to do a random Daima like filler Dokkan Fest now and then go into like a big Daima festival like thing, like celebration. So the only thing I could see if it is that Goku, if it is meant to be the power pole in the ground from like that end fight with Goma, that it could be like mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because then obviously he's going to have similar categories and links and stuff to like the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. And then when the actual big celebration comes and we get like mini or adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, maybe adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, then obviously this guy and then the Super Saiyan 3 version of like the Goku would obviously go well together on that team if you did summon and pull the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, if it was indeed going to be him coming out next. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. But like I say, unfortunately I really feel like the most obvious thing that it's pointing to is a Mercenary Tao. I will be very happy to be wrong and for it to be something else. Not sure exactly what it could be. Like, it's going to be really funny if it is something that like is one of the things that basically nobody has guessed, and the correlation between the hint and the actual character is so like obscure that nobody actually figured it out. But that's usually not the case, right? When they post these like teaser type things, usually you see the earliest and most common replies are what it actually ends up being. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I would imagine most people, if it's a Tao, it's like an auto skip. I mean, the only real debate is going to be like if he comes out and he is actually like hands down the best TUR in the game, then maybe people would have like would contemplate summoning for him. But other than that, I feel like this is going to be a super easy skip right before a big celebration. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think the hint actually means? Is it going to be Mercenary Tau? Is it going to be something completely different? I think it's really hard to see anything other than that from this hint. If the pole was stood straight up, maybe I could see Tournament of Power, but still weird for it to be in the sand. Could be the power pole, but I mean, maybe it's just a massive close-up, but this, I guess it's hard to tell from like the size of grains of sand, because if it's a massively close, zoomed-in close-up, it could be the power pole stuck in the ground, which obviously would be the more ideal outcome, I think, for most people. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.